Thank you for your support of NISD schools and our students. While this strain of the virus we are currently dealing with has created issues for schools all across the state and nation, I wanted to talk about how we are continuing student learning as we make our way through the end of year 2 of the COVID disruption and the surge in cases we are currently seeing. As of late last week, almost 20% of students were absent and almost 15% of our staff were out as well. We did see substantial improvement in student and staff attendance yesterday, but it's too early to say that that is a trend. While that means that 85% or more of our staff have been present in our buildings each day, this has brought some challenges to our normal operations. Thanks to the teachers, librarians, counselors, administrators, and many other staff for covering for teachers who are out so that we can continue to provide Tier 1 instruction. We are also supplementing campus staff with certified teachers who work in other roles in the district. In those instances where we cannot cover an individual class with a certified teacher, mostly at our secondary schools, we're doing our best to keep students safe and to continue academic learning. To this end, if you do not already volunteer at your child's school, we would encourage you to contact the campus and offer your assistance. Please check with the school before going to the actual building. Together, we can get through this surge in the virus and return to more normal school experience for all of us. I also want to take a moment to recognize our campus nurses. That role, as you can imagine, has been extremely challenging for many months now, and that is certainly the case during any surge in the virus. Please help us support our nurses. Individuals who are having symptoms of COVID are asked to stay home and touch base with their healthcare provider for next steps and/or get tested for COVID. Anyone who tests positive or is unable to see a healthcare provider or get tested need to stay home for at least 5 days since the beginning of symptoms. Individuals also need to be fever-free for at least 24 hours without medication, and other symptoms need to be improved prior to returning to the school building, and that could take additional time. People who do test positive but do not have symptoms need to stay home for at least 5 days from the date of the positive test. It is very important for individuals returning to our school buildings to continue to wear a mask indoors around others until a total of 10 days have passed since the onset of symptoms or the positive test. As we have since we returned to our buildings in the fall of 2020, we're using enhanced cleaning protocols at all campuses. While some of these require the presence of a trained custodian, there is also hand sanitizer and sanitizing wipes available in every classroom. Custodians are currently working overtime to ensure that schools are clean and that we are prepared to keep schools clean with non-custodial personnel should that become necessary. We have also added staff to cover remote conferencing, which continues to be available to those students who have tested positive or are quarantined. This helps to not only keep up with academic work, but to get credit for attendance. If your child does need to quarantine or isolate, please contact your school to get information on remote conferencing. In addition, we continue to offer community COVID testing at 3 sites adjacent to both Gus and Ferris stadiums. We have also stood up a staff testing site at the Northside Activity Center. Since vaccinations became available, we have offered hundreds of clinics, some for the community at large and some just open to our students, staff, and family members. These clinics continue weekly. If you are not vaccinated, we strongly encourage you to investigate the vaccines. Given the transmissibility of this strain of the virus and the student and staff absenteeism associated with it, we will be returning to a temporary indoor mask mandate. The members of our board and I do not make this decision lightly, but feel that we must use this tool given the current disruption to in-person learning. The mandate is driven by concerns for student and staff safety and is not motivated by the current legal battles on this issue. Masks have been used in healthcare settings for many decades and have been shown to reduce viral transmission. Face coverings will be required for all staff, students, and visitors in all indoor settings. Masks will not be required for outdoor settings or events. The face covering mandate will go into effect Thursday, January the 20th, and will last only as long as is necessary to get our community through this current surge in the virus's impact on our schools. Our prime objective continues to be maintaining student and staff safety while keeping the integrity of in-building learning and continuing the extracurricular activities that so many of our students love. Lastly, in addition to dealing with the virus, we're also aware that there is some winter weather potentially in the forecast for tomorrow. We're watching this carefully and will make an announcement with regard to school on Thursday, either late today or very early tomorrow, Thursday morning. Again, thank you for your support of NISD schools, staff, and students. We hope you and yours are staying well. Thank you.